Where in the World is Zach? I don't know about you when you were a kid. Did you ever watch Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Or my actually particular favorite was I had the books of Where's Waldo? So today, where's Zach? Well, I'm actually on the corner of Elm and Main Street. More specifically, I'm in Forney. We're gonna hang out here in Forney today. I wanna show you what it'd be like if you would move here, show you downtown. It was on DFW's top 10 fastest growing cities. Really great place to grow a family, start a family. Property values are continuing to grow as the city continues to grow. Good school districts. So I wanna show you all around Forney today. So let's jump in, here we go. Okay, so maybe you're watching this and you're not from DFW and you're like, where the heck is Forney? Forney, really simple. East of DFW, out on 80, 20 miles exactly, or 21 from downtown Dallas. Once was a small town, quickly growing, and is becoming one of the best, most affordable places to live here in DFW. We're walking down Main Street, still just kind of got a quiet feel. Side note, if you're ever in Forney, this right here, this is Mama's Daughter's Diner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner like your grandma used to make. Good Southern home cooking deliciousness. Come check it out, it's really good. So anyway, walking down Main Street in Forney, we got a couple restaurants, a couple shops. Other really great place over here is Eno's Pizza. Wood-fired, super fun, super good. One of my favorite places to eat when we come out here. So today I want to show you around, show you some community, show you why this might be a good fit. So if you're thinking like, hey, we're moving to Dallas, but we want something affordable and we want a lot of house, Forney could be a really great option, and you can still drive into town for work. Traffic's gonna be a little bit of a pain, to be honest. They're still working on the 80 expansion, so take that into account. But some Amazon's here, Goodyear's here, a lot of growth happening, lots of good schools, some really neat properties, so let's take a look around town. So you might be looking behind me and you're like, there's nothing there. And yeah, you would definitely be right. There is currently nothing there. But I am standing on the entrance into one of the biggest, massive new developments coming here in Forney. This is Bellagio. It is a unique resort style community. It's gonna have a lagoon. Yes, I said lagoon, directly in the center. Project is being led by Megatel as the developer. We're talking bars, restaurants, shops, apartments, homes, dog parks, splash pads, pools. This thing is gonna be massive, just right down the street from Forney High School. Really interested to see how this project kind of pans out. Megatel is investing somewhere close to $800 million in this project. So I think it's getting, looks like they're laying, foundation pipes and things like that now. We don't even have roads cut in on this yet, but this is gonna bring a lot of development into Forney, which is already growing. Homes in this community are already pre-selling, expecting things to close potentially by the end of next year. We'll see how quickly they start to move on this project. I think it's got some interesting things. I've got a lot of questions, mainly how are we gonna fill a giant lagoon in the middle of Forney? Maybe there's a spring or well underneath the ground that I don't know about. But I wanted to show you this. One of the unique things coming to Forney, it's gonna bring, like I said, a lot of shops and restaurants here and homes on this lagoon. One of the unique lagoon communities they're doing here in DFW, I think they've got 3 or 4 that are happening. So we'll have to keep some progress updated on how those goes. But yeah, so eventually that's gonna be a lagoon and homes and shops and restaurants, pools, dog parks, yoga facilities, bowling alley. It's gonna have an on-site bowling alley, arcade, really interesting stuff. All right, let's take a quick walk through one of my favorite communities here in Forney. This is Devonshire. Beautiful, beautiful community. Lots of homes, both resale and new construction. Several builders, Perry, Highland, Shattuck is moving in here. These are some super beautiful homes. I want to show you what we got going on. So, brick facade, just really great homes here in Devonshire. Obviously some things on resale, lots of new construction still happening. This is one of the larger communities here in Forney. It's still continuing to grow. They just recently opened a brand new on-site elementary school. Super great. Splash pad, pools, dog parks, everything you would expect from a great growing HOA community. Homes really, ranging, starting in the mid to high 3s up to the 700s or 800s in some cases. depending on the neighborhood, the part of Devonshire that you find yourself in, but a super great community here in Forney. Personally had some clients recently purchase a Perry home here. They're closing here in the next couple weeks. So yeah, this is just one of the great neighborhoods here in Forney. Let's keep going around. All right, let's talk about pricing out here in Forney, just to see, what's available, what's my money get. I'm actually standing inside a massive, beautiful 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom, new construction home here in Forney, still available, listed under $700. So there's a lot to be had here for your money. Honestly, you can find new construction stuff starting in the high 2s to 3, resale stuff in the 2 to 3, 4. If you want to find it out here, you can. So anything from 280 all the way up to the multi-millions. You want land, there's plenty of homes with land. You want acreage, there's acreage. You want, a quiet neighborhood, there's quiet neighborhoods. There's resale, there's new construction. And honestly, out here in Forney, your money goes a long way. Also, Forney sits in Kaufman County, which has a little bit lower tax rate, which is super important in terms of affordability. Words are hard. It's super affordable. So if you, again, every budget, high 2s up to the multi-million dollars, if you want it, we can probably find that particular style of home, neighborhood, acreage here in Forney. Okay, as we're walking through Forney and talking about what's available and why you should move there, let's take a look at what's actually on the market, kind of get some stats from the MLS, show you what's available kind of in every price range, and show you why this might be a really good fit. Okay, currently it looks like we have 491 matches of things that are single family homes active on the market in Forney, which is a crazy high number that's unheard of, which is nuts. But here's what I want to show you in that. Just to show you how much Forney is growing and how much growth is happening and what's going on. Let's do this. Watch this. If we come down here, we will change that and go pre-owned, and watch what this number does. So almost in half. So 288 active listings that are pre-owned resale homes, and then we add back in the new construction, and we're at 491. So there's a lot of building happening in Forney. We'll take a look at the map. All of those green dots, homes that are on the market available right now here in Forney. So let's do a quick breakdown just by price, and then in another video we'll go tour some of these homes just to kind of give you an idea of what your money gets you in Forney. So here we go. Quick breakdown by price. In the 250 to 350 range, 110, not bad. In the 350 to 450 range, 190. So that's where we probably find a lot of our value there. Let's see, 450, let's call it 450 to 600. 127, so all over the hundreds. And then of course, 600 plus. 66 listings above 600, with the most expensive currently being $5.995 million, or $3 million. So all that to be said, there's lots of options in Forney, lots of new construction. We've talked about it earlier in the video. You could go land, you could do suburb, you could build a custom home, whatever you want to do. If you want to do it, you could probably do it in Forney. All right, let's jump back in and talk about the rest of the city. So when we talk about moving into a growing community, one of the things we have to be mindful of is as the community grows, we know there's going to be construction, right? So here's what's interesting about Forney. As of the last census, they just hit the 20,000 mark. Estimates from the city now, they say they're in the 25,000 range, which here's the good and bad about that. Good means the city's growing. Bad means at some point the city is growing faster than they can build infrastructure. So with the rate that they're growing, and the city is projecting from their website to be at over 100,000 people in population by 2025, 2026, they're gonna have to hustle to get the infrastructure and the roads in, and they totally are. So that's a good and bad thing about moving into a growing community. Good side is, you know your property value is going to continue to appreciate because more people are coming in. Bad side is, you're going to deal with a little bit of traffic. As there's more people here, as it continues to grow, as roads get widened, it's a good and bad. The city's working on a plan. They're trying to figure it out. They're anticipating, again, 25,000 now and being at over 100,000 in about 4 or 5 years, which is nuts. So it's just something to consider on both sides. You've got companies building facilities out here like Amazon, Goodyear, so lots of job growth happening, which is bringing lots of growth for people. But again, you trade that with, there's going to be traffic. It's just the name of the game. You've got 2 major intersections, that run through here, 80 and 20, and getting through town can kind of be a little bit difficult because Forney used to be a small town and it's growing. The train still runs through the dead center of town. So sometimes if you're not careful and you don't time it right, you get caught by the train and a 10-minute drive turns into a 20-minute drive. It's just kind of the nature of the beast. It's the way it goes. However, you're close enough to Dallas. You're 21-ish miles from Dallas. So you could get to Dallas if you want to, but you've got a lot of things growing and coming out here. You have Walmart, you have Kroger. They're getting an H-E-B, which is a huge deal. We're really, really excited that H-E-B is expanding here into the DFW marketplace, and we're getting more of those. So Forney's getting one of the first ones here on this side of DFW. So if you're moving from Central Texas, H-E-B is the Holy Land. If you're moving from outside of Texas, you just need to know H-E-B is the Holy Land, and we love having that here. One of the things that I think is also important when you think about a community is restaurants. So here's the good and bad of that. Because Forney just hit that $20,000 threshold, which a lot of people know is the threshold to kind of start getting those big name chain restaurants to consider community. They don't have a whole lot of those. So if you're looking for chain restaurants, you're not going to find a lot of that. But what you will find is a lot of really, really good mom and pop, unique shops, restaurants here in Forney. Some great home cooking, good Mexican food. So lots of restaurants, just not a lot of well-known restaurants. The other thing you won't find if you're looking for it, not a lot of bars. This is not a huge club scene. It's more of a suburban type family scene. But if you're wanting that, you're close enough to Dallas, you could get that. Just be mindful. You're not going to find a huge bar scene, night scene here. Really, it's a family-oriented kind of thing. Lots of churches, lots of parks in the community, things of that nature. It's a really good small town that's starting to grow, and moving out here to Forney would put you on probably the front edge of that growth. Like we talked about being in Kaufman County, so you're gonna have lesser on a property tax, and if more people are wanting to move here, all that's gonna do is continue to raise and elevate values of homes here in Forney. One of the most important questions you've got to answer when it comes to deciding on where to live is, what's it going to be like to raise a family there? Maybe you have kids, or your family is growing, or you're planning on having kids. Either way, at some point we have to answer that question. So Forney, I want to show you, I'm actually standing out at the local park, soccer fields, baseball, tennis courts. Forney has invested a lot of money in creating a space that's really great for families. Most of the communities that are HOA have pools, playgrounds, things like that. But the city of Forney itself has really invested in putting in these wonderful facilities to connect with people in the city. School district, it's interesting. I think every time I turn around, Forney's opening another campus. I think they opened 2 or 3 elementary schools this year and a middle school this year. They're constantly adding on to those campuses, constantly planning for growth. Their high schools, one of them just moved up to 6A, one of them's in 5A, so you've got 2 major high schools. Again, it's just going to continue to grow. At last checked, I think their enrollment was close to 14 or 15,000 for this school year. But the school district, it's interesting, the school district projecting by 2032, so 10 years, to have doubled in enrollment, which is crazy to think about, that in 10 years time, they would double in enrollment for a number of students enrolled. So they're going to continue to build schools, they're going to continue to grow, they're going to continue to build great education for you and your kids. And Forney as a whole is going to continue to do the same thing as well. Like I said, beautiful park, beautiful place to grow your family, to raise a family. Could be a great place for you to live. Friends, thanks for hanging out with me today as we talked about Forney and why you should make this an option for you. It's affordable, it's close to Dallas, still has that small town feel, it's growing. Could be a really great fit for you. So here's the thing, if you're looking at a DFW marketplace, Forney or wherever, I'd love to help you. Love to answer any questions, be a resource for you as the market changes. Love to be somebody that's an advocate for you, be on your side. My contact information, as always, it's right there. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. If you want to browse homes, you can check that out in the description. Like I said, thanks for hanging out with me and Forney today. Hope to see you in our next video. Y'all have a great week. Bye for now.